Hello Leo, Leo rising and Leo moon people. This is your weekly I just got out of that habit. It's the monthly astrological horoscope, good lord, for July 2017. Been kind of muttering the weekly stuff over and over again. That's what happens when you do these videos a million times a month. So, got some announcements for you all out there. Leos, if you've been watching the weekly horoscopes, it's here, it's coming. As of the 1st of July, the Tarot Home Study course is now available for purchase and download. You can actually have a full-blown, over 3 hours of video content with supplemental documents taken from my book of me teaching you all about the tarot. You can just keep that on your computer, your laptop, and study, learn at your own pace, learn on your own time, in your own space. And so if you want to get that, again, you can go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. It's the same place you would go to get a session with me. I do want to remind everyone that these monthly horoscopes are for big, sweeping, long-term shifts of the entire month, which means that very seldom do any of these aspects only last for just one day. Not all astrologers are very good about reminding people of that, so, I'm going to try and make up for that. If you are looking for, more flavor of the week or short-term aspects, tune back in for the weekly horoscopes that I do. The first half of them is exclusively astrology, so there's something for everybody. So what is going on with your astrology this month? Well, when it comes to July, we actually have a leftover aspect that I want to repeat because, well, it's going to be there up, in this area of your chart until the 20th, and that's Mars in Cancer, in your 12th house, your past, your privacy, your hidden zone. And this is going to be a month where a lot of you Leo people, just before we get into your birthday time of year, really need to be focusing on how do we get closer behind closed doors and bring more people into our personal and private life. Having deeper relationships with people means vulnerability, it means transparency, it's not putting on airs. Sometimes putting your best foot forward is putting a bare foot forward, and that might be something to think about. Because this is a month where you're going to be noticing a lot more love and respect coming for the humble and not the bells and whistles, at least when it comes to Leo energy. The other thing about Mars in the 12th house you're going to notice is that there's a lot of momentum picking up around creative projects and maybe even a spiritual practice that you normally keep to yourself. If you're a musician, if you're a dancer, if you're an actor, you're an artist, you're going to be noticing that you're going to be finding more venues and more opportunities to actually let that talent proliferate and be supported and grow on its own. And you're also going to be noticing, again, feeling more pulled to more substantial, involved, and in-depth spiritual paths and practices that do way more than scratch any surface. And so it can be a month of a lot of depth for a lot of you. On the 4th, we've got Venus, the planet of love and harmony and popularity, moving into Gemini, into your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And whenever we have Venus in the 11th house, it's a time to pay attention to where our friends are actually trying to go out of their way to prove their loyalty to us by doing things for us when it comes to connecting us to people. Now, this could be connecting us to future lovers. This actually could indicate an opportunity where a lot of you Leo people may find that a friend could grow into more. This can also be a time for a lot of you to notice that, you are actually more in demand for who you are, again, on a personal level, not the persona level. And with Venus in your 11th house, you could be attracting yourself a lot more friends, you're going to be having a lot more of an extroverted lifestyle, in spite of Mars also being in the 12th. And Venus is going to be there all the way up until the 31st of the month. And, this is also a great time for those of you that are trying to blend social circles, with your partner. If you're trying to get a partner to connect more with our friends, be more a part of our life outside of the relationship, you're going to notice a great opportunity to start blurring those lines. On the 5th of the month, we've got Mercury, planet of communications, moving into your sign. And there's going to be a lot of activity going on in your sign this month. Remember, your sign, whenever a planet goes through your sign, we have a wild card blessing, which basically means you'll have the gift of that planet to use however you like. With Mercury going into your sign, you get the opportunity to start speeding things up wherever they've been too slow. And this can actually be something that could be a bit of a boon because, you know what, you want to take advantage of it. Mercury's only going to be here from the 5th to the 25th of the month. So if you're trying to speed things up in your, for yourself, what are you trying to speed up in your life? What are you trying to hurry along? What's been taking too long? Is it a school program? Is it a fitness program? Are we trying to speed up an opportunity to, maybe take some time off, wrap up some kind of big promotion project? What have we been keeping on the back burner or taking too much of our time with, or where have other people been going too slow? This is the month where you can finally get that back on a faster track. On the 9th of the month, we have a full moon occurring in Capricorn, in your 6th house of work, reputation, and your physical health. And it's going to be making a tight conjunction with Pluto, which is already retrograde there, and we're also going to be seeing it making an opposition to Mars in your 12th house, your past, your privacy, and your hidden zone. And this is going to be a tough full moon for everyone in a lot of ways, because this does kind of bring up an issue that we thought we were done with, or that somebody might not be done with. And I'm looking at this when we look at your 6th house and your 12th house. This is the mind-body axis, and this is the public-private axis. And so there could be some issues coming up in the middle of the month that really need to be cleared, that we thought we were over and done with. Maybe it's an old health issue. This could be a health issue that we didn't know we might have to deal with. There may be a discovery about something that could be inherited from a relative, from an ancestor, a past generation, grandma, grandpa kind of thing. But we're going to nip it in the bud, okay? This could also be a situation that shows up where a circumstance from your past starts to challenge who you are in the present, because who you are in the present may not necessarily be the authentic person you were. And you may actually find that people who are, liking you more for a past you're not proud of need to actually go. And sometimes that happens in life. Sometimes we have people who show up in our life that, really resonate with us for our challenges, for our problems, for the dysfunction and the issues that we have, and they're not showing up to be a support system. They're showing up to be commiserators, and there may be an issue with a friend or a contact that we need to let go of, possibly even an entire group, because of the fact that we all got together because of what was wrong, not because it was right. On the 20th of the month, we do have Mars, planet of action and energy, moving out of your 12th house and into your sign, and giving you the wildcard blessings of the planet Mars. Okay, when we talk about this is talking about handing you competitive advantages all throughout the duration of July and the vast majority of August. And with competitive advantages, we have competitive advantages in love, competitive advantages in school, competitive advantages in everywhere. Now with Mars, however, it's important to pay attention, because you are also going to be put to the test to see who is also working just as hard as you, or who may actually be your equal in these situations, whether they are rivals who are equals, friends who are equals, family members who are equals, because you're going to be routinely put up next to them and sometimes put up against them. But even in those conflicts and competitions, we're going to be creating a strong alliance. Don't make it personal during this time. Make it to your benefit and to theirs. On the 22nd, we've got the Sun moving into your sign. And from the 22nd of July all the way up until the 3rd week of August, you're going to be noticing, again, you're going through a blossoming. It's a rebirth. You're going to be finding, again, not only are you more popular, thanks to Venus also being in your 11th house, but you're also noticing it's a time to start healing relationships, things that we may have walked away from, healing situations that, or maybe just recovering from a situation that's already healed in an existing friendship or in an existing relationship. A new moon on the 23rd is also talking about chances and second chances, that may actually be, for you to, bring something to life in your life that you had to give up or had to forego or skip out on, in your past. A new moon, it's a birthday new moon. Normally we have those only once a year. You get two. There's another big one in August we'll talk about when it comes to August. But a new moon for you to create within your sign is basically saying, what do you want to get started that you know will germinate and substantiate itself, by the time we get into the end of October? What are we trying to actually bring to life for ourselves? Is it a new spiritual path? Is it a new job? Is it a new place to live? Whatever you're trying to what seed you're trying to plant will be ready to harvest by then. On the 25th, we do have Mercury, planet of speed, hastening communications, moving into Virgo, into your earned income sector. And for the duration of July, and even the little bits of August, we've got Mercury speeding up your earnings, or speeding up the collection of your earnings. You're noticing you're getting paid out faster, and you're going to actually be making more money by doing a lot of small, easy to achieve and easy to accomplish projects. And it's about making money through quantity instead of, instead of quality. Well, that doesn't sound right, because that's not necessarily true. Just because it's small doesn't mean it's bad. But it's actually about, I guess you could say instead of focusing on big item ticket or big ticket items, we're stacking up a lot of small ticket items, and they seem to be making more money. And you want to make sure that you can put your focus there when you're working, okay? Or whether or not you're trying to speed up, maybe an opportunity to transition into a new workforce or speed up the acquisition of wealth, that's going to be the focus you want to have. Smaller can be better, and Mercury tends to show you what that means. On the 31st, we have Venus, planet of love and harmony, moving into your 12th house of your past, your privacy, and your hidden zone. And it's time to get more intimate, and much more intimate with a partner. Usually we have Venus going into the 12th house, and it's time where you and your partner start reconnecting, even in ways that you don't normally share, whether it's things that, we normally keep private from one another, or maybe even a partner is ready to open up about their past. We could be exploring each other's pasts, even our childhoods together. There may be an opportunity for a new love to come in secret, but a lot of this energy is at the very, very end of this month, and it really does speak more to August. But the last day is still a good day, and I thought it would be a significant one to share. So that is your horoscope, Leo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.